Rethunk by Laura. Welcome to Thursdays at 3-ish. Today we're heavy on the ish, I think, right? It's 3 what? Or 3 something?
Oh, it was 3 something.
Oh, yeah, okay. New cameraman today. Katie's up there pulling orders and helping with labels, because y'all have ordered paint and we love you so much for it. So Eliza, gonna add a daughter to my family. My son's fiance is filming for us today. So if she does a bad job, let her know in the comments. Look, come over here, Eliza. Isn't he so cute? Like he don't have no pants on. Look at those legs, those long legs.
Denise and Gretchen are watching.
Hey Denise, hey Gretchen. Okay, we'll cover him back up. Isn't he so cute? So he's
cute.
hanging out today for a little while. If he gets rowdy, we'll just roll into the kitchen and shut the door.
Oh, Jamie Morris is watching.
Hey Jamie.
And Joan says, is your store in Woodstock or next?
Right now our warehouse is open. We're so excited and so grateful. We ain't been shut down yet, and you can come by and honk your horn. We will bring you out paint or come in and look around. We've said it's relatively safe in here. Number one, oh, that's perfect, Matt. Number one, because we're all washing our hands like crazy because of Teddy, and number two, because we mostly have no lives other than our business, so we feel like we've kind of been self-quarantined for the last 2 or 3 years, so we're doing good. But we're, it's 9740 Main Street, Suite 170. We're open and have paint here, and you're welcome to come by anytime. We'd love that. So. We have 3 winners from the pet contest, the Pets and Paint. This one is Tracy Clowder. Chase and Everett are excited for more paint to finish the cabinets. Look how cute. And she got the paint in there. Isn't that super cute?
That's super cute.
Wait till you see the next 2. They're hilarious too. So Tracy, contact us. We went to $50 this week, and next week we're going to go to $75. $50 credit. So just contact us, and we'll give you a $50 credit on any order online. This one is, I love the name. Chris, C-H-R-I-S, P is the middle initial, Bacon is the last name. So what is this a picture of? What kind of pet do we have? Chris P. Bacon.
No idea.
This is a pig.
Oh,
Isn't that hilarious?
perfect.
Crispy Bacon, and I love it. And, well, I can't get it apart. This is when he was smaller, much smaller, a few 100 pounds smaller. Crispy Bacon is a good painter helper. I don't have a container of paint in the picture. Does it count that he has tons of cotton all over his nose? So there's Crispy Bacon helping. And I love that bench.
Yes.
Yeah, if someone would like to send me, let's see, Heather, is that what it says right here? I'm reading upside down. Yeah, Heather, if you'd like to send me that bench as a party favor, that would be great. This last one is darling. I love that his paws are up on top of the product. That cracks me up. And I like everything she used. This is Carla. And sorry, Heather, you got a $50 credit. Zoe is one of my rescue dogs. She watched me make the sign. So she painted it. I can't read upside down. You might have to read it. She painted it fog.
Cute.
And then I think she said she did a shower curtain and cut that out and put it on with gunk. And then used IOD stamps for the words on there. But she used a bunch of products. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's
and then
awesome.
glazed it. So, and he's
Very
just hilariously
cool.
cute.
So
His little
cute.
bandana, his little paws.
Yes.
So, Carla, this is printed way too little for my eyes. Carla, you have a $50 credit as well. So let us know, and we will get that rolling for you. Another announcement we have, and then we'll get into our cabinets. See how good he's being.
So sweet.
Sweet Pea is now available. And if you can reach behind you and grab one, that would be great. And you don't have to keep the camera still. They're used to it flipping all over the place. And let me just do this because I'm nothing if not professional. Sweet Pea is available. I should have labeled it earlier.
Should have. Didn't even think about
So
it.
it should be on the website ready to order, and it is such a pretty color. I painted my front door with it last week, and I love it. It is so springy
Absolutely
and pretty.
beautiful.
Isn't it pretty? I love it. Painted several things with it now, and I just painted the rocker in my office that I sometimes use for rocking him in the Sweet Pea, and then did a wash with cotton, the cotton watered down. It is so soft and pretty. I'll get a picture of that posted, but we wanted to let you know that Sweet Pea is available. So contact your nearest retailer or order online and get some. Okay, we're playing with cabinets because we have been so excited. You guys have said, when we said stay home and paint, basically you said, okay, we have gotten some phenomenal orders and we're super excited about it. And a lot of you have posted online, I might as well do my kitchen, now's the time to do my cabinet. So these are cabinet doors I found just laying around that we're going to kind of play around with, and I'm going to give you some tips. But this is your chance to ask any questions you have about the process of painting your cabinets. If any of you have any questions, now's the time to roll with them. So let me know. Eliza, just holler if they ask a question. First thing you're going to do is clean them. And cabinets are gunky, because that's the nature of cabinets. So clean them twice. I don't have a scrubby pad in my hand. But my advice is clean them the first time with a scrubby pad, and then the second time with just a soft cloth. You don't have to rinse. You spray on the prep and let it sit for a few minutes. If you're doing cabinets, sorry, I just breathed in wrong. This is the way we sell this. This is not the way, sorry, I don't have any water right here. This is not the way you will want to do a whole kitchen. Get a dollar trigger sprayer at the dollar store. Put this in the trigger sprayer and it is so much easier. This gets old after a while and frustrating. This you can do all day. So pour it into a dollar sprayer.
Sarah asks, how do you stop bleed through? I've tried Tough Top and then continued painting after letting it dry, and it still bleeds through.
That's a great question. Depending on your cabinet doors. Truly, I apologize. If Tom's trying to make me get this water. You need to, if you've tried Tough Top and that doesn't work, mix Tough Top in your paint and let that sit for about 24 hours. We've had a lot of people say, which is crazy, the Pearl Metallic will actually stop the bleed through. If you're not in the mood to do that, you can put some primer on it, like the Bin by Zinsser. But my advice is just put it in the spots. I don't think I've ever seen a piece that has bled through everywhere. So paint your piece. Don't do that extra step till you have to. And then what I find is it'll bleed through here, and I'll see some here, and I'll see some. And so I just put it on the spots where it bleeds, and then paint it again.
And then Steffa says, would it work if cabinets already have multiple layers of paint on them?
Yes. You don't have to remove any of that. The only thing you have to be sure, depending on what multiple paint layers means, you have to make sure it's smooth. Smooth to the touch. It does not have to look right. Right here, when I paint this has enough layers and this doesn't. I can feel, if I was blindfolded and ran my hand across it, I can feel exactly where this starts. So when I paint, I will see right there. If it was smooth, if I sanded it down and it was smooth, wouldn't matter that half was painted, half wasn't. The paint will level everything. So as long as what you feel feels good, you're good to go.
Very, very cool.
You guys are asking good questions.
And then Sarah responds with how much paint to Tough Top ratio.
Try a 50-50 and see if that works, and just do it in a spot. I don't want you to use all your product or get super frustrated, so just try it in a spot. If it's real aggravating bleed through, then you might have to get a little bit of that. My recommendation has been by Zinsser. That's the one I like the most, because it's just super, super effective. So we're going to do a couple of things here. This one will prep first too, and again, I would have my scrubby pad for the first round.
If you want me to get the end, I can.
Yes, if you'll run on that side, that would be great. Okay. Popular color right now is Farmhouse Navy, and Farmhouse Navy has been so popular, it is now available in a gallon, in a quart, in a pint, and in a sample. So, perfect, thanks. You can now order Farmhouse Navy in any amount you want. Isn't that good news? There should be hearts flying all over the place, and thank you, Laura, and you're amazing, and what we do without you, and all kinds of stuff like that. So, I paint with the cabinet doors on. Not right this minute, obviously, but because I paint the hinges, and most cabinet doors have hinges that you don't see anyway. Because they're like that.
Tons of hearts.
Yay, because Farmhouse Navy is awesome. So, and I'm just putting it on. I'm not being super careful.
Rachel asks if you guys are still shipping out, and then Darcy asks how the school renovations are coming along.
Okay, so yes, Rachel, we are still shipping out. It's taking us a minute longer. I'm saying this lovingly, okay? So listen to the love in my voice, but it cracks me up. We have people placing orders, and I am serious. We could not be more grateful. As we look at the news all over the country and watch everything from businesses shut down to people losing their jobs to whatever it is, we are so grateful that we haven't been shut down yet and that you guys are ordering paint. It does crack us up that, and I'm just teasing, that you're sitting at home because your business was closed and frustrated that our business has not shipped out fast enough. We're just grateful we're open and we're doing our very best. It might, instead of taking the 24, 48 hours it usually does to ship, it might take us 2, possibly 3 days, because we're having issues with all of our suppliers. The place where we got our lids closed the other day, and it took Tom 24 hours to find another place to get the lids we needed that didn't change, because we don't want products on the retailer shelves to change the look, and so there's a lot that goes into it, but we are still here, we are still shipping, and we are still happy, and bring it on. Keep placing them orders.
So how's the school going?
The school is going hilarious. We are taking some furniture down there. this weekend actually, because it's a matter of how do you move stuff down there when you're supposed to be here and packing orders. So we've all hands on deck. Eliza's here, and we are taking some furniture down this week, but there's a fabulous contractor we found who's working on the screen porch. It's going to be so beautiful. I'm so excited. So it's going to be awesome. And we'll get that YouTube channel up and running, but there will probably be several live videos this weekend. We were going to do that a couple weekends ago. Katie messed that up because she went and had a baby. So, so for my first coat, I just slap the paint everywhere. Then I'm smoothing it right here, all the way across, long strokes. And that will leave a little bit of a pool or a puddle right here, so that I'm getting that square. Make sure I do that all the way around. So, first coat on. Do we dare turn the fan so it kind of blows this? I don't want to blow Teddy.
Right. He gets angry when he's cold.
He does. You know, like bath time Rethunk does that. Let me see if I can get this one drying a little bit so we can show you the glazing and some other stuff. I know I didn't get that front edge, but I'm just kind of showing you the process.
Yeah.
Okay. That will dry. Okay. Let that dry while we do the next one. Any other questions?
Corrine asks, how long does the paint last if it has not been opened?
That's a great question. It should last a year or so, if it hasn't been opened at least. And if it's stored in a place other than, you know, this is one of those things that cracks me up. People will do the, well, I'm in Idaho and it froze 12 times. I don't know why it's not so good. Or I'm in Arizona and it got to 112. How come it's not good? You kind of have to keep it temperature controlled. So in a place where it's not going to freeze or boil, it should last for at least a year if not opened. And if closed right, it'll last really long too. You just got to seal it when you're done.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to give you a hint here. If you're going from a dark color to a light color, my advice, so you don't have to do so many coats, is, I don't know if I can show you with the time frame we're on, but I'm going to tell you that you're going to love me.
Johnny wonders if the Thusrday at 3-ish videos are also on YouTube.
Yes, most of them are posted on YouTube. Not all of them. And can I just say, Diego sent me some comments this morning because I forget to look on YouTube for comments. And it made me so grateful for all of you, again, who are on the Q&A page. So amazingly grateful. You are so kind and nice to each other. You guys have managed to be able to say, I'm not a fan of distressing, but if you like that look, or I would maybe glaze this darker, or you can give each other hints, but you're not nasty. He sent me the YouTube comments, and there was everything from quit yapping and get to the project, ouch, to I hate what you did when you distressed it, that looks rotten. I mean, they were it was a whole different feeling than the group we have here, and I love the group we have here. Because there's nothing wrong with saying what you feel, but you can say it without being ornery. And you guys are a great group for doing that. So, but yes, they are on there. And actually, Diego is working on, because I know not everybody, we talked about this before, not everybody not everybody cares if I show Teddy at the beginning of the video. They'd rather me start painting the cabinets. But, so we're working on, he's doing some videos where he takes those and he edits everything out. But I feel like most of us are adults enough that if you don't like that at the beginning, you know how to scroll through to, oh, she has a paintbrush in her hand, she must be doing something now. You know, so you can always scroll past all this. So I need that to dry there. But if you are going to go from a really dark color to a really light color, my advice is put a medium color on first. Like I'd put that gray mist on, let it dry, and then I'm going to have 2 coats of cotton maybe. If I didn't have that, I'd be maybe 4 coats of cotton and a touch up, just because it takes more white to cover the dark. Go with an intermediate tone, go with a gray. Gray mist is one of my favorites because it covers so well just on its own that you'll get so much closer to the color you want. And there should be hearts in. Wow, Laura, that's an amazing tip right there. Well, Eliza sometimes have to ask for it. So I don't just automatically do the hearts that you do. So once that dries, then we put the cotton over it. Now you're covering something that's going to be a lot easier to cover than the dark we have here.
Okay, so Rochelle says, I painted my kitchen cabinets in slate. I'm wanting to do my dining table in Farmhouse Navy. Should I do the top in Midnight with a gray wash, or linen or fog with a dark wash? My walls are silver leaf color. It's a lot.
How many of us remembered all of that? Okay, start again.
Okay.
She did her
cabinets in slate.
Okay, love.
She's wanting to do her dining room table in Farmhouse Navy.
Love.
Should she do the top in midnight with a gray wash, or linen or fog with a dark wash?
Pull your cabinets in, do the top in slate, and then dry brush one of the washes or a lighter gray color over it to make a farmhouse tabletop. If you just want a solid painting tabletop and not a farmhouse tabletop, you can do slate with what was her suggestion? Slate with one of the washes on top?
Gray wash with linen or fog. Oh, okay. With linen or fog with a dark wash.
Okay, so you're talking about doing some layering anyway. So start with slate as your bottom color so that you have that mimicking your cabinets, and then add the linen and one of the washes. Play around on a board, just a plain old board, until you get the look you want. But layering any of those colors and starting with slate as your base could be really cool. Then you lighten it with dry brushing some of the lighter colors and washes on there, and it can be really pretty. And I want to see it when you're done because that's going to be gorgeous. I want to see. Great question. All right. Nobody else has any questions?
I
have no questions. That's fine. All right. Well, this dries for a second, then I'll show you the difference putting that second coat on. We played with this the other day, but the video could have been a little closer. So I'm going to show you when you want to. A lot of you have said, what do I do with the hardware? What do I do with the hardware? And you can paint it with the metallics, and you can do a lot of things with it. The other thing you can do, Hobby Lobby, when they have hardware on sale 50% off, they are fabulous. So I'm teasing about something that's very serious, and so I'm not trying to make light of anything. If you have serious issues in your home or in your family, I'm not trying to be not compassionate to that, but COVID-19 has pretty much ruined my life because I can't get my nails done and I can't get my hair done. Do you see all the gray? It's really, really not good. So I'm putting my gloves on so that I don't ruin my fingernails. Because wasn't there something said somewhere about the fact that if you need to lose 100 pounds, you can do that, or you can just get your nails done and it looks the same? Wouldn't that be nice? So I have this right here. This is where I'm saying zoom in, Liza. Okay. If that's going on a gray mist piece, you're going to really see that piece of hardware. You don't want to see it, and sometimes you want to see the hardware a little bit better. So can't do it. I can't feel how much is on my finger. So we're going to sacrifice for the cause. All right. Just a little bit on your finger. I don't even use a brush. Are we close enough we can see? Look at the detail you see now. And if this is going on my gray mist piece now, it's really going to blend in. But all of a sudden, I see some really cool architectural detail there. Don't get too much. It's better to have to go around it twice than to get too much. Isn't that pretty? Went from, well, that's kind of plain to, ooh, wow. So here we have this one. Let me do the big ones. Here's the difference with a little bit of cloud on it. This hurts. Oh, okay. Yeah. There is before. Look at the difference. Isn't that so pretty? And so if you have a lighter piece of furniture you're putting this on, because I love those. Well, first of all, you don't even see this on this piece. You don't even notice it. But also, this makes it, you can still see my hardware, but it's not such a huge part of the piece. It just in different colors. So there's my robin's egg, there's my gray mist. And then the last one I'll show you is this one, because you don't see a lot of difference right here. Either we'll use cotton on this one.
Lisa says, I used fog with black pearl wash and I didn't like the look, so I ordered tintable glaze for slate. Can I use the glaze over the old wash, or do I have to repaint with fog?
No, you can layer the products. You don't have to remove anything. Go ahead and put it over the top of it and see if you like it. The only reason you would need to repaint is if you want to entirely erase what's on there and start over, but there's no need to based on the products. You can layer them until you're happy as can be. And for tintable glaze, just to let people know, if you're trying to blend something or match something, you do not have to blend tintable glaze with our paint. Do we want you to? Oh, yes, we do. But you can put your wall paint in tintable glaze if you want your piece to coordinate with your wall. You can put, you want a real fancy spring color that we don't have, a bright, bright yellow. You can tint with Walmart craft paint. You can tint with whatever you want in the tintable glaze. So don't, like I say, we prefer you not, but I'm just telling you, you can. Okay. It's just so easy and takes like no paint. And look at the difference. That is fabulous. Dun, dun, dun. And Hobby Lobby, I love these things because a lot of times the hardware on a piece is not standard. These will go across and cover holes, or like if I've drilled new holes, sometimes I don't drill them exactly right, and that covers up my mistake hole. So that's a good thing. All right, I'm going to show you real quick. Don't know if that's going to dry in time. I'm going to show you the wash over. I'm pretty sure this is Deep Ocean, and we put some Midnight in it. This has been around for a while, this tabletop. I mean, this cabinet door, so we'll just show you a little bit of the wash over, because it does make a difference, even if it's a subtle difference. It's a good difference. So, and again, just throw out questions if you got any while we're going. I don't have any scissors. I never use a rag this big. She's gonna get on under. Oh wait.
You got some tiny
I
rags?
have some already cut up at an earlier date when I was a little more organized. No, that's just a nicely folded. Every single one of my rags is not cut up. All right, we'll just use the whole rag. Okay, so I'm gonna do it down here because I think that angle you can kind of see it better. Make sure you're really shaking your glaze or your stain top or whatever you use. A lot of times people are like, it's not working. How many coats does it take? A lot of times it's because you didn't shake it, and I'm not saying that like condescendingly. A lot of times it's because I haven't shaken it. I'll go to Tom, you have made some bad stain top, and he's like, did you shake it? And I said, yes. And he said, how much? And I said, a lot. And then he'll take it and shake it and hand it back to me. I'm like, dang it. Totally works. Okay. And we all know WASH stands for whoever gets it first gets a $25 gift certificate. And don't even try and play if you're a retailer. Anybody know what WASH stands for? You can read the guesses when they come on there, Resin. Nobody knows?
Nobody
Don't
knows.
disappoint me, people. Somebody has WASH. You should be running to look at it. I don't know if you're cheating. I have no idea if
That's
you're cheating.
true. No one knows if you're cheating.
That's right. You and the Lord know. That's all. Okay. Hard to tell, but it is subtle, and it is really cool how it deepens and adds some dimension.
Anna was the first
What
one.
is it?
Wax Alternative Sealer Hardener.
Girl. Okay, Anna. Email us or place an order or put in the note section, and you got a $25 credit. So place an order, and we got you. Yeehaw, good job. So that is extremely subtle.
Still very pretty.
It is really pretty, and it adds, and the nice thing is, we know because of Anna, it's a wax alternative sealer hardener. You've sealed your cabinets while you added that little bit of dimension.
Helenka asks, is there a video showing dry brushing?
There is a video on YouTube and on our page, on our main Facebook page, well, the page you're on now. So just Google, or just do in the search bar dry brushing, and it'll show you. I'll show you right now a little bit of it. So I'm going to take, this seemed like it had nothing on it. You don't want nothing on your brush. Like, you can go back in and layer, but if you get too much, not good. So if I'm going to dry brush this, this is what dry brushing is. You just want a teeny tiny bit of paint on your, and see that to me, for dry brushing, I'd have to layer some other stuff, because to me, that's messed up. This is really cool.
Yeah.
I think this board might have some, no, you can't see it, that's just mostly stain top.
Yep.
But dry brushing I do all the time. I love, here, right here.
Oh,
This started out putty, and I dry brushed Midnight and Linen. Those are the streaky things. And I'm talking no paint on those. Almost none. So you're going to come in like this middle section right here. See, again, I'm feeling like that's a lot in the middle. So usually I will start.
Just getting the paint off.
Yep. And then go in there. Now, you can usually play around a little bit with it. Remove some, but that's dry brushing. And if this was all over a tabletop, it would be super, super pretty. Just the Deep Ocean with the dry brush gray mist on it. But you add another color. Let's go back in with cotton. And it doesn't take, the lighter colors really make a pop. So the lighter colors, be super careful when you dry brush, because they are really going to add a lot of color because they're so light. So you can see we've added a little bit more there. The nice thing is, if you add too much, go back in with your Deep Ocean or whatever color your base color is, dry brush some of that on, and erase it. But it's, see how pretty a look it is? It looks really really similar to a faux finish without doing all that work. Okay, now we're going to show you a little bit of glaze. And I'm going to see if I can make a difference in the corners. So a lot of times, notice I'm not distressing. Those of you who have known me for forever, that's huge for me. I always distress everything. But I've kind of backed off it because the rest of the world has.
Paula is wondering if a wash will work on a decoupage and cutting board set.
Yes, it will. The only thing you have to be careful of if you have gunked or one of those other products is onto, if you've decoupaged onto something, the washes or the glazes can gather around the areas where you've put on the extra piece. If you don't mind that, it's really cool. Just don't expect that it will be a smooth all the way across look. It will catch and go into the grooves of where you've decoupaged things on, if that makes sense. All right, here we're going to go with the glaze.
And Laura is wondering if, or what the best seal for cotton on kitchen cabinets would be. I would assume Tough Top.
Tough Top is the correct answer. One of the reasons she's probably answering is because there is, people sometimes accuse me, and I really don't do it. I promise I don't do it. Oh, see, that was on my rag from the dry brushing. I really like the white better than I do the brown. So much better. So much better. But I was going to show you the cracks. The answer to your question, was it Laura? Fabulous name. The answer to the question is, Tough Top usually works. Every now and then it will yellow. You don't have any way of knowing until you kind of get it on there and get going with it. And it's not the product, it's your nasty cabinet. So I'm just kidding. It really isn't the product, it's what you're putting it on that can pull out some oils because it's re-wetting everything. All you have to do is add paint to your Tough Top, and then you won't see any of that. It will be the white or the cotton or the cloud or whatever it is. And if you already have that going on and you're frustrated, you don't have to reseal everything. You can paint over it again, and you still have that protection under there. So that's the answer to that. Okay, I'm just going to put some in the cracks here where we painted, because sometimes you don't want the glaze everywhere all over your cabinets. And you can see that I did not. Ooh, this is cool though. I did not wait long enough to paint. Wet distressing is what's happening here, because I didn't let the paint dry. But that's a cool. I mean, maybe not on cabinets. That's just a whole other thing. But because this is totally not dry. But all it takes is a small brush. I love this one. I just found these, and they're absolutely. It says on it that it's a miracle brush. And I believe it is. It's great for working the glaze or an accent color into a spot. And I'm thinking this is not even remotely going to work because, as you can see, the paint's not even remotely dry. But I'd like to show you the difference. Now we're covering the gray mist on our cabinets, and that's what you get. And second coat here. Well, it looks about the same, doesn't it? Paint covers pretty well.
I think that's the third coat of.
If you're having trouble, come on in with that gray mist and do a first coat with that, and it'll cover lots faster. Any other questions before we go? I really like that dry brushing on that coat.
Yeah.
Thanks for whoever I sat.
Colleen says, can I lightly sand my last coat before Tough Top? She is doing her kitchen cabinets right now. Okay, here's my question, and I'm not asking it in a snarky way. I'm asking it in a help me, help you way. Help me, help you. Isn't that in some movie somewhere? I forget what movie it is now. But, why would you want to? Is it because it's not feeling smooth to you? Is it because you're going to sand down some brush strokes? Is it, tell me why you're wanting to, what you're wanting to get to, and then I'll tell you the best. Because normally we don't. It's something people want to do because a lot of other product lines or a lot of other paint lines or just the way it used to be done or whatever it is, do sand. We don't. If you're going to, use the sand by hand and use the softest, the highest grit sandpaper you can find. Like I'll tell people, use a paper bag and crumble it up and use that instead of sandpaper if you're just trying to rub things a little bit smoother. Our scrubby pads are great for that. Sandpaper is much more aggressive. The scrubby pads will sand something so smooth it's not even funny if that's what you're going for. I'm just wondering what the end result is that you want to get, because if you sand too much or break through the paint, then you're waking up all those oils again, or you're doing just don't go through the paint. Any other questions? If you use a wash, do you still do Tough Top?
I don't, because wash is wax alternative sealer hardener, and it will give you the protection you need. There's nothing wrong with doing Tough Top. I used to tease people when they ask how many coats of Tough Top, and I'd say 1 per child in your home, but that's not necessary. 1, 2, And the problem with people doing 3, 4 tough top or wash and then another coat of wash, so they want a little bit more color, and then a coat of tough top and then a coat. Usually you're not waiting long enough. The products feel dry, but that doesn't mean they're cured, and so it really takes a long time to cure. And that's when we get the comments from somebody say it's scratching right off, and we're like, well, what did you do? And they're like, well, I painted 3 coats of I prepped it, painted 3 coats of paint, then I did a touch-up coat, then I put my wash on, then I put a little glaze on there, and then I put 3 coats of tough top on. I'm like, when did you start? Yesterday. Well, yeah, it feels like it would be ready, but it's just not. Give it a while to cure, and then call us back if it's still having a problem. And that rarely, we never get that call back. So just be careful with how long you wait between, because you do want it to get good and cured, so you can cabinets get a lot of wear and tear. More questions? We're done? Okay. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the orders. Keep them coming. Be a little patient. We're getting them out the door as fast as we can. We are jumping through hoops, finding new suppliers, making sure everything happens. If you want to come by and pick up paint, call. Let us know what you want. We'll pull your order together. You can honk from the curb. You can come in and look from 6 feet away at how adorable Teddy is. We'll help in any way we can. We truly, truly appreciate your orders. And we pray every day for the leaders of our country, for what's going on, and for each of you that you'll stay safe with your families and have everything you need. We really, really appreciate you. Thanks so much. Happy Rethunking.